So any changes that you want to do, whether it is menu, the slider or anything, you will have to go into the code, find out where the HTML code is written for the respective element and edit that. So let's say here, instead of business, I want as mobiles. Below that I want Samsung, OnePlus, Xiaomi, iPhone, and then if someone is putting the mouse on Samsung, I want all the models to be shown, S10, S11, S12 likewise. So meaning I want a menu, submenu and submenu also. So somewhere the code is written for this and the entire code is present in that XML file which we have copy pasted in the theme HTML editor. So let us go back to that code and find out where the code is written for the menu item. So I am going to theme, edit HTML, and press Ctrl F to find. Let me zoom this. So business. So the code for business is written here. You can even tally it. We have home, here it is home. Under business we have internet, market and stock. That's what we see even here. So what are the items that you want instead of the default options? Set that. I want here as Apple. Here I may want as say OnePlus. Here Samsung, and here mobiles. So this is the way that I want the menu to be, and maybe I want one more item. Say Realme. So just by looking at the structure you will get to know what has to be copy pasted to add more items. So I click on save and refresh my site to see if the changes are applied. Yes, they are. So I see that the business has turned to mobiles, and there I have Samsung, OnePlus, Apple, Realme. But these are all dummy links. See, no action is taken even if I am clicking on it. I want a particular page to open up. So let us say that I have a page. Okay, imagine that this one is about Samsung. So I am copying this page address and going back to the menu item, and giving this address there. So this internal page address. So whenever someone is clicking on Samsung, this page will open up. So one point you need to remember that in HTML, Ahref is used to provide links, whether internal link or external link, whether you want to provide the link to your own other page or maybe other website. Instead of hash, if you provide any address there, that page will open up. Hash means it is only clickable but no action will be taken. So I would also want to have an external link. If someone is clicking on Apple, I want the official site apple.com to open up. This is how I assign the address. I click on save and refresh the site. This time when I click on the menu items, you need to click on save. Now refresh the site. So when I click on Samsung, I see that the page provided is opening up. Likewise, if I click on Apple, the official site apple.com has to open up. So this is the way the links will work in the menu. But this is not the proper way of providing external links. Why? Because you are losing the visitor. So whenever it is external link, it should always open in a new tab. If it is opening in the same window, you are losing the visitor, which is never a good idea. Because more the time user spends in your site, more the number of pages the user sees in your site, the stats of the site will improve. You will make premium income from ads. So with limited visitors, if you want to make extraordinary income, your site stats have to be good. And in order for it to be good, you must retain a visitor, not leave the visitor. So with this type of external link, we are losing it. That is why we want the link to open in a new tab. So there is some extra bit of code that we need to add along with the URL. But we have no knowledge about HTML. So what can be done? Just little research in Google is required. HTML code for link in new tab. By looking at an example, you'll get to know what has to be added. To open the link in the new tab, just add the set target attribute and point to _blank. What we provided is this, apple.com. Besides that, I also need to add target is equals to _blank in double quotes. So I'm copying this bit of code and go back. So this is where I had set the address for Apple. Now I'm giving as target equals to _blank. Let me save this and see the impact. This time when I click on Apple, it is opening in a new window. My page is retained. So visitors are not going to leave away your website. Maybe they'll pause it, they'll go to some other web page and they'll get back to your site. That's what is important. So this is a proper way of providing external links. Like we have done for this, I'm sure that for each of this you'll be able to do it pretty easily. But then it's not a complete solution. As I stated that under Samsung, I want the submodels to be shown. I told you anything that we are seeing, you must be clear with 3 operations: adding, editing, deleting. Deleting is the easiest part. Let's say I don't want this uncategorized. So what I'll do, somewhere the code is written for it. So this line of code, if I remove it, the last menu item will not be shown. There it is, gone. I may want to add one more menu item, let's say parent category. So I select this entire section of the code, Control C, copy, or like this I do copy, and let's say I want it immediately after home. Click on save, refresh. So the parent category has got added here. Now, as I told you that first one I want as Samsung, inside that I want as S10, S11, S12 like that. So you have to edit this menu. Make this one as mobiles, this one as Samsung, this one as Xiaomi, this one as Apple, this one as Realme. So whether you want menu or you want menu with sub-menu or menu with sub-menu, all the options are provided in the theme. You just have to do copy paste and juggle here and there. So clear with all the operations, adding, editing and deleting the menu part. Coming with the next section, the slider. Every theme, same procedure. That's why I've taken this theme Ritmo, which has got all the options what a theme could have. Slider, menu, social button, this is all what you will be having in a blog. Nothing more than this. So once you know how to work with this theme, any theme should be easy for you. Sliders definitely make the site look attractive, but the default slider images and the content again is not applicable to my site, so I wish to edit this. So here I have like this a default slide 1 title, and there's some default content here as well as the image. I want to change all the three. So what I'll do, search here, Control F again, slide 1. It is written very clearly here that slide 1 quote start. And when you go through this content in the black color font, if you tally it, it is what it is coming on the over the slider. So I want to change this. Let's say let me copy paste the same thing, just that it should look full of content. So I click on save. Now the content on the slider has to change. This is a slider on Samsung Galaxy S12, and that's how the description is shown here as we have stated there. Now coming to the image part, the background image. So somewhere the code must be written for the image, that's why it is appearing in the slider. So I go back, Control F, slide 1. I find something here as JPG. IMG means image, SRC means source. Image source equals to some JPG URL. Probably this is the image which is coming in the slider. But we are not 100% sure, we don't know which image is this. You can always test it. I press Ctrl C, copy, Ctrl V, paste it to see what exactly is this image. Yes, now we are sure that this is the image which is coming in the slider. So replace this existing JPG URL with your own JPG URL. So let me collect one JPG for Samsung Galaxy S12. So what I'll do is hit into Google, Samsung Galaxy S12, and look for some images. Let me choose the image which has got more width and less height, because that is how the dimensions for our slider is. Let us take this one. Try to take an image which is big enough so that there is clarity in the image. So I'm opening this image in the new tab. Okay, now we have the JPG URL. Let us see. Yes, here you can see at the end of the URL we have JPG. So I press Ctrl A, Ctrl C, copy, and deleting the existing JPG URL to replace it with a copied URL. Save. Let us see the impact. Oh, now we are getting the image that we have set, but it's not a complete image. Why? Because the image what we have chosen is much bigger than what the slider could allow. So I need to resize the image. I need to set the dimensions for it, the height and width. But again, unaware of HTML, how would I do that? Little research in Google will guide you how to set the dimensions for the image. So I go into google.com and search here for image height and width in HTML. By looking at an example, you will get to know what change is required. This is what we need to do. Along with the image URL, if we just add this thing, then we'll be able to resize the image. So just beside the image URL, I am giving the height and width. So let's say width I want it as 300, height as 100. Initially I don't know what dimensions would set, but this thing I can make out that height and width ratio looks to be 1:3. So we'll start with 100 and see whether the image is big or smaller, then we can always change the number. It's coming too small. That means I need to increase the dimensions. Ratio is okay, but the dimensions have to be increased. So I'll make width as where's the height gone? Okay, here. So I'll make height as 300, width as 900. Now let us see the change. Better, but still there is some gap left out here. So let us increase the dimensions further. And once that you know the dimensions for first slide, then all the remaining slide you can directly put the same height and width. Yeah, better. Now it's complete. Still I think height has to be increased. Anyway, so this is the way that you need to work out with the images in the slider. But very important point here, what we have done is we have copy pasted some JPEG URL which is there in a website. So somewhere Samsung Galaxy S12 image is there, and we are always dependent upon this site to get the image in our slider. If the site removes this image, then the image will be gone automatically from our own slider. So we can't be dependent upon him. And secondly, you may have a client who says that he wants his company image to be shown. He will be giving his images in the pen drive, or the images will be there in your desktop. Let's say I want to have this image about Vivekananda. I can't get any URL from here. So what is the solution for it? When you are uploading your desktop images into the post, in the backend of the post, in the HTML version, you will get the JPEG URL. So let's see. Let us work out an image which is there in our system. So even these images and all, better to first download in the desktop. From desktop, do the process that we are going to see just now. So I am going back to the new post. In order to add an image, we choose this option. So in the front end you get this image, but in the back end you get the JPEG URL. So this is the URL that I have. Let me zoom in. So I've got the JPEG URL here between the double quotes. Now I will not be dependent upon any other site. This JPEG URL has come within the Blogger. That means till your site is working, this image will be there within your website folder. So this is now coming locally. So I copy this. I need not publish this post. Let it remain in the draft mode. That will do, because this purpose of this post is only to get the JPEG URL for the image. So I'm going back to edit HTML and this time we'll change the image of slide 2. Make sure you click here and then press Ctrl F. If you search here, then it will be searching outside this code. So clearly written, slide 2 code starts. And the default JPEG URL, I remove it and replace it with my JPG URL, which is of Vivekananda. Click on save and see the impact. Yes, we have got this image exactly how we have expected. You know how to change the content and how to reform the sizes. This is the way that you can work with each of the images in the slider as well as the content which is coming along. You may want to add another slide. So what can be done? Let's say slide 3. I am doing copy paste because I want another slide, an extra slide to be shown up. So it's written code start, code end, copy that entire section, paste it just beneath it. So now we'll be having not 6 but 7, okay, not 5 but 6 slides, and 3 and 4 logically has to be same. And yes, here we see that 3 and 4 are same and we have got all together 6 slides now. So this is the way that you can increase or decrease the number of images in a slider and edit each of them. So hope you have got the customization for menu as well as the slider. Now coming to the social buttons. The small icons what you see here are used to connect people through social groups. It's always recommended that you have your own firm name popular into social media sites, a dedicated page for it, so that you help users to be in touch and remain engaged. So this is must, and good that it is there by default in the theme itself. Otherwise we would have to put it manually. We are going to see that in SEO how to put manually. But these are dummy links. I click on Twitter, some dummy URL will open up, twitter.com/your_username. Rather, I want my profile URL to open up here. So what I'll do, somewhere the code must be written like this. That's why that page is opening up. Search. Everything is search, edit, search, edit. So I press Ctrl C, copy it, and in the same HTML code, Ctrl F, Ctrl V to find out where this line of code is written. Here it is. Twitter.com/your_username. So I am replacing this your_username with my profile URL. Save. I click here and I see this time my profile URL is opening up. So this is the way the social buttons links can be set. Like we have done for Twitter, same way you can do it even for Facebook. See this for the Facebook. Likewise, this for Google Plus, this is for the LinkedIn. All of these URLs are put in a single place. So that is how you'll be able to edit it. And this sidebar and all that header logo we have already discussed. Now coming to this bottom part, this one has come by default with the theme because they want to take the credit. You may wish to remove it. Powered by Blogger is okay. You may wish to remove even this one. So somewhere again the code is written for it. Find out where it is. Designed by New WP Themes. Here it is. So what it says, you do not have permission to remove or change this. Though this message is given, you can still remove it. It is because they just want to have the credit from your website. Because they are giving you free theme, they would like to have this credits. So I can delete this entire section of the code right from opening div to closing div. Okay. So by looking at this code, you get to know what section of the code has to be removed. So I press delete, save. Let me refresh and see whether this line disappears, and yes, it does. So yesterday that we talked about how to remove those credits, this is the way to do it. Alright, now coming to the last part, tags. Tags and labels both are one and the same thing. Now what is this labels? If you want to group the post, you want to categorize the post. Let's say I have a general site, not IPL but a general site. Inside that 5 posts belongs to IPL, 5 posts may belong to mobiles, 3 posts may belong to news, some 2 posts may belong to Bollywood or entertainment. So I want to have the category of the menus. Here there will be a category, inside that there will be like something like mobiles, then all the posts relevant to mobiles have to show up. Now like say example here, we have assigned only one page URL link. But how can I assign a group of pages link there? Someone is clicking on Samsung, I want all my pages to be shown up which are based on Samsung, one below the other. For this, you need to first classify your post according to the labels. So labels are used in order to group the post. So very quickly write down this point, labels. Categorize or group the post. Alright, so let's see how the labels work. So I told you while that you are publishing the post, on the right side, you have got labels. So click on it and give the topics which are relevant to this post. So say cricket, IPL, update. Likewise for this, I wish to give label as IPL and 2021. Now these labels are going to be shown up as tags. So tags and labels both are one and the same thing. So when I click on any label, then all the posts for which I have set the common label will be shown up. So if I click on IPL here, both these posts will be shown up where I have used IPL as a common label. Like that you may be showing for 100 posts, 2000 posts, all that will be shown. So that is the purpose of the labels or the tags. Now this URL I can even assign it in the menu for better classification of the content. So let me copy this URL, go back to the HTML code of the theme, so for which menu item shall we change? Let's say featured. Here it is. So I want this label URL to be placed in this section, and let's say someone is searching, so we'll have here as IPL. Okay, so instead of featured I made it as IPL. Let us refresh. Now this has turned to IPL. Now I may be in the home page. When I click on IPL, a new URL will be shown up here which has got all the posts where I have given the label as IPL. So that's the purpose of the labels or the tags. So this what is the working of a private theme. Hope it is pretty simple. Now this what is a web designing business. Whether you believe it or not, there is a huge margin in the IT business. If you talk to any developer and you show him that I want to have a site like Ritmo, which has got some 5 slides, some 5 menu items with sub menu items, I want domain, I want hosting, everything. Minimum that he would charge for this kind of site is 15,000 to 20,000. We'll ask him about the invoice. So he has to give a detailed quotation how the charges are. He will say domain 800, 800. That's a regular price. He does not have any margin there. They'll say hosting. Google gives you lifelong free hosting, and that to a mega server. That means for converting a free blogger site to private, I do not require any hosting, just domain name is sufficient. So my cost of running a site like this is only the domain cost, which is approximately 800 rupees. Your site is ready. 800 rupees plus little efforts. But what this guy will charge, the IT company or the software developing company? So I'll give you a beautiful quotation. Domain price 800. Sir, in hosting, what kind of hosting do you prefer? 500 rupees a month, 1000 rupees a month, 2000 rupees a month. The client will ask him, what is the difference? He'll say speed. 2000 rupees is ultimate speed, 1000 rupees is average, 500 rupees is okay, manageable with limited visitors. Some clients choose 500, some choose 1000, some choose 2000. That's a bonus amount. So 500 into 12 months, 6000 rupees jackpot, you have already made it. Ignore it, because clients do not have any knowledge about IT. It's like say mobile. You give your mobile for some kind of repair. In front of you, you'll just open it and solder here and there, and in 15-20 minutes, he'll give back your mobile with the entirely repair done. How much he'll charge? 1,000, 2,000. So in front of your eyes, he's looting you. But you have no choice because we don't know that technical part. Likewise here, the client doesn't know even ABC of what domain is, what hosting is, how to set it and all that. He doesn't even know ABC of HTML. That is where the margins are. So that is where we are exploiting him. So domain cost 800, hosting this one. Then ask how many menu items you want. He'll say 5. Okay, 5 menu items and sub menu items, some 3. So 5 menu items into 300 and then 3 into 1000. Why? Coding charges, sir. Our developer will do the code. So it's a lengthy code, structured code. That's why we charge. How many sliders you want? He'll say I want 6 images in the slider. Okay, 750 into 6. How many pages you want? I want 5 pages. So 5 pages into again 750. Logo, you want professional design, regular design. So professional design will cost you 2,000, regular will cost you 500. He'll say okay, go with regular. He wants to save on budget 500. La that a beautiful quotation of 15-20,000 will be created for him. Then he'll ask for time. How many days does it take to deliver? I'll say, sir, you have chosen a site which is very complex to design. So please give us 1 month of time. The client may be in hurry. He said that, is it not possible to make it little faster? Then he'll scratch his head. The company marketer will scratch his head and say that, okay sir, I can manage it in 15 days, but then I'll have to add more human resource. The cost will increase. If you are ready to spend another 5,000 extra, then I can make my employees work overtime and get your work done faster. Some clients may say yes, that's a jackpot for you because the site will get designed in 1 hour. This is what is a business, this is the reality of the IT business. So some clients may opt for it, so that's a jackpot. Some client may not have that budget, they'll say no problem, 30 days is 30 days. Let's say the client agrees, okay, take this 5,000 extra and within 15 days, kindly deliver the project to me. The site work will start and will get finished in a matter of few hours because the images will be given by the client. What content is to be written is given by the client. Your job is only to set the things in the right place, that's all. Social buttons, icons will be created by him. So site gets designed within a day, but still he asked for 15 days, I'll tell you why. But after 10 days, the company officials will call the client and say that, sir, you have got our site designed, we asked for 15 days, but sir, we feel really good to tell you that your site is created within 10 days. The client is jumping with joy. What a service. Said 15 days but delivered in 10 days. He'll refer you more to clients. And when the client comes, he may opt for some changes. We can tell. The company says that, see sir, what is the hard work our officials have done, what code they have written. We don't charge just like that. The client feels, oh, he has come at the right place. For a very cheap cost, he got the site design. Like that, it happens for each page. But he's ignorant, he doesn't know that 99% code is all copy paste. Now, why did we ask for 2 weeks when we could deliver the project in 2 days? The client should feel that a lot of work is being done in the back end. If you deliver the project in a single day, he will see that for just for 1 day of work, this guy is charging me 15,000. You know, in 5-star hotels, when you order food, it comes after 20, 25, 30 minutes. Though the food may get prepared very quickly, because that is a master chef is the one who can prepare it very quickly, but they won't serve you. Why? Because they want to create an impression that, okay, a lot of efforts are being put to prepare your food. That is how even this business is. When you talk about the business which are with high priced, the margins are very, very high. Except for the infra business. Any other business, how much high the price is, that much higher the margins are, even in percentage terms. It's not like a wholesale business and all. This is IT, virtual business is what I'm talking about. So more and more, the price, if you talk about say Infosys, Satyam, Wipro, who bid on the projects 10,000 crore, 20,000 crore, 70-80% margin, whether you believe it or not. They don't require so many employees. Infosys has got 1 lakh employees, not required. If Google 160 lakh crore company can manage with 20,000 employees, WhatsApp 1 lakh crore company can manage with 55 employees. In WhatsApp, there are only 55 employees. You can type this question in Google and see. So all those employees which are there in big IT companies with big numbers is only for show up that oh, the company is really big. 80% of the employees are just taking the salary for free. They are liability. But why? Because the government, state government or central government will support any IT company with tax benefits and very cheap land only when they are creating employment. For that sake, they are creating employment. Otherwise, 1,000 employees can manage the entire company. Employees are doing the work thinking that their work is going in the project. 80% work doesn't go in the project. They are just working dummy. If ICICI Bank has given a project, Axis Bank will give 80% functionality same. But they have to show 500 employees are working on your project, 700 employees are working on your project, all only for name's sake, only for show put up, that's it. So this happens not only in this web designing business, in the entire IT business, this is the story. Okay, now if you do more research, you can find themes which are even better than Ritmo. There's one theme which I like, Woobies. This is a WordPress theme, but similar theme you have it even in Blogger. And such kind of themes, clients are ready to pay even 25-30,000. Look at this theme, how beautiful it is. So more and more research you do, maybe you'll find theme even better than Woobies. So that's all like your patience and research. So you can download it for free, but just have a look at the demo. Why do I like it? It looks very professionally designed. The main attraction is a slider. Look at the menu, the font, good space for the logo. So lot of content to show up regarding what you have, your achievements. There's an inbuilt slider, and maybe your client's portfolio you can show in this slider, another slider. Then automatically the tweets would come up, the social buttons, everything is in place. But the most attraction in this is the slider. Look at this, look at the shadow effect, look at the effect on each slide. You can change the background images, the content, the way we have done for Ritmo. Like this, there are 50 effects in the slider. So something like say interior designers and all that will be ready to spend even 30-40,000 because this is one-time cost for designing. Then they have to only renew the hosting and domain. So they want the best of the best efforts to put up. So why not make use of others who have already done the hard work in it? Why to start from the scratch? So some professional guy has already done things and made it ready for you. Just make use of it. Do the editing part. Don't do the coding from the zero. And there are things better than this. It's all the research that we need to do. Alright, now coming to the last part of the Blogger, how do we convert this free Blogger to private? So one big advantage that we have of conversion is lifelong free hosting. In fact, you can even start a small scale web designing company. With this much of knowledge, if you know WordPress and Blogger, you can easily design at least static websites. Any kind of business, they want to have 5-10 pages, say interior designers, packers and movers, such kind of companies, you can easily design and maintain the sites for them and charge them 10, 15, 20, 25,000 easily. They'll refer you a lot of clients also. To convert. Lifelong free hosting will save lot of cost. Your cost of owning a private site is just 800 rupees. That 800 is according to GoDaddy. Maybe some sites are ready to offer even cheaper than that. So let's learn the process. So what I need to do is firstly register a private domain. Now unfortunately I do not have any domain in spare, but because all my domains are right now live, but still I'll show you the process how it is to be done. If you are stuck during any step during the process, you can always take my help. So firstly you got to go into the website where you have purchased that domain. So let's say that I have a domain in GoDaddy, so which I can see in my account dashboard. Okay, let's say that endcovid.in is my site. So what I have to do, under the blogger settings, in case you want to change from free site to free site, just you can change the text here. Your site will address will change immediately. But if you want to have a custom domain, so give the private website address in this box. So my site address is endcovid.in. Okay, so right now we have to get this error, only then the process is right. Under the blogger settings, all right, so let's see. Now what it says here, that we have not been able to verify the authority of the domain on the domain registrar's website. Locate your DNS. Under DNS, go to CNAMES. Under CNAME, for www, give the value as ghs.google.com, and for another record which we need to add, this should be the destination value. So let me show that straight away in the DNS page. So every domain will have a DNS option. You may purchase in GoDaddy, you may purchase it in BigRock, wherever that you are purchasing, it will have a DNS system. Inside DNS, you will definitely find CNAME. This already I've set it. Let me delete this. By default, this is how it will look like. The CNAME, you'll find only 2 records like this. For www, by default, it will be @ So what you will do? For www, what is it saying? It should be ghs.google.com, which is Google Hosting Service. So I'm copying this and replacing this @ with ghs.google.com. So one line is done. Second one, and there's one more. Name should be like this. CNAME record like this we want. Control C, copy. But I don't have any such record. www we had it, but the second record is missing. So we will have to add. Add which record? CNAME record. What is the name of the host? This one. That's a code. And the destination is this one. Copied. Place. Save. That's it. Come back to Blogger, click on save. Could not update settings, try again because we had the previous record values. This is a process to do it. It will not be updated because I already had the site up and running. But once that you have done it and clicked on save, your site will be then working in a private domain. Even if someone is entering the old free website address, it will automatically get redirected to the private one. So let us see this process again by tomorrow. Maybe that CNAME records will get replaced even in the server level. Then we'll be able to see that. Go into the DNS settings.